Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas
and Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 252 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. And today's question was sent by Steve. He writes, "Good morning, Vidas. Another very fine podcast topic, very helpful, and thank you for posting. A couple of additional thoughts came to my mind as I listened to the podcast. When I pedal this piece, I keep in mind the type of organ for which it was written. On French organs, there is a stiffness in the pedals because of linkage that makes it a little more difficult to use the heels in rapid passages. Using the toes allows you to lean into the pedal more. So with the opening theme, I keep the pedal legato with the right toe on D, stepping over it with the left toe taking C and E flat. I don't play this toccata extremely fast for many reasons, but one reason is so I can get those 16 notes in the theme just right. I also nuance the music at important places by inserting pull-outs or stretch-outs with a slight slowing of the tempo when something else starts, like with the return of the theme in the pedal towards the end. Speed is a wonderful gift to have, but speed is an illusion. The instrument in its own acoustical setting will suggest its own tempo by the way it breathes and responds to the organist's touch. Racing through this toccata at tornado speed is something I avoid like the plague. That's virtuosity, but not serving the music. I'm a clarity guy and it's just what sounds best to me." So Ausra, it seems that Steve is taking the suggestions about playing at a tempo that is clear for the listener, not only for you, and not for the sake of racing, right? Very seriously.
I think that's a very healthy attitude towards music in general, not only towards the toccata, because you need to hear what you are playing, you need to control what you are doing. Otherwise, it will be just a mess. Don't you think so?
I agree with you, Ausra. And what was the last piece you played extremely fast?
Well, I think, back in the year of 2000, when I was working on Louis Vierne Toccata, number 3, and was playing it at St. John's Church, all 5 movements. At that time, I think I played those pieces extremely fast and probably couldn't control everything so well as I could now.
So I gather you would slow down the tempo a little bit today.
Yes.
Why?
Well, because now I already have that ability, being able, while being upstairs, to hear what is happening downstairs. because what you hear on the organ and what you hear downstairs is completely different.
And when you hear the echo, does it slow down your tempo a little bit or not?
Well, not necessarily. It depends on what you are playing. But if you think about that Vierne symphony, especially about first and the last movements, and especially about the first one movement, when you start everything to play in unison.
Mm-hmm. That's the third the symphony.
Yes, the first symphony. Well, if you will play that extremely fast on huge mechanical organ as is at St. John's Church, you will get a mess. And now I don't think I would play probably entire symphony on that organ, because I think like the second movement and the fourth movement works extremely well for that organ. With that beautiful, the fourth movement with the beautiful Undamare stop, I think is just perfect at St. John's, but not the first movement and probably not the third movement, this is scherzo or intermezzo as Vierne calls it, because I think it needs lighter action.
Right, and usually French organs have Barker machine.
True. So on the French organ, I think it would work fine in such a tempo as well, but not at St. John's Church.
Mm-hmm. What about me?
So you tell.
So ask
You tell
me.
us. So what have you played very fast lately? Or when you remember it?
Good question, thank you. I remember practicing and performing Durufle toccata back in Michigan, I think. That was the time when I played it extremely fast, I think, and this was my audition piece for doctoral studies in Rochester. I remember we went to Rochester, New York, Eastman School of Music to play there, and also to Nebraska, to UNL. Yes. So I remember playing also this piece in Detroit, St. Paul's Cathedral, Anglican Cathedral, and this was part of the students' recital, right? We both played.
We both played. I don't think it was part of a student recital. We both, I think, did a solo recital, short one. I think half an hour. I remember that I played lists BCH, the prelude and fugue on the theme of BCH, and you did Durufle. I think a couple of the movements from the suite.
Mm-hmm. And I think I played the suite too fast there and in general, because I was worried about the speed in general, because it was toccata, and toccata is supposed to be played virtuosically and really fast.
And be honest, I think this is one of the hardest toccata that have ever been written for the organ. Don't you think so?
Yes, it is one of the most difficult pieces I have ever played, probably. Not necessarily the most, but one of the 5 maybe. Technically very challenging. So I think the tempo might have been a little bit too fast there, especially on large instruments.
Because as Steve, mentioned so nicely about how how the pipes respond and how the organ responds to your touch.
Mm-hmm.
I think he is so right, and I'm just very glad that he thinks about these things, because they are very, very important.
And when we go, hopefully, to play to St. Paul's Cathedral in London in a week and a half, I think the acoustics, the echo there will be enormous, gigantic, right?
Yes, probably the largest that we have encountered yet.
So I guess the tempi also will have to be adjusted a little bit too.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And articulation too.
It's not like if you're playing at St. John's Church here in Vilnius, where the echo is like maybe 5 seconds.
Well, it's larger. If it's empty church at night, it's 7.
But we never play concerts at night, Or I played actually once for a group of friends. But in general, it's like more or less 5 seconds. And if you go to London, St. Paul's Cathedral, how long is the echo there?
12. That's 12. What I read about.
So more than twice as long echo. Does that mean we have to slow down twice or more?
No, not necessarily.
Probably not.
But we need to keep that in mind and to slow down a little bit.
To emphasize a little bit.
That's true.
The texture, the harmony.
Because in order, to show the structure, you need to be able to hear it yourself. So it means, you need to take bigger breaks after, phrases.
Let the instrument breathe.
True.
More.
True.
Well, we hope to record this recital too, and maybe when we come back, we can share it too.
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay, and please guys send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your essays, courses, and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas, and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you are there teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Frank writes, "I just got through learning your practice score of Benedicamus from Tabulatura Nova by Scheidt. I used your practice schedule, and it is an excellent approach to learning any composition. I like all the performance practice information you include in this score."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material, as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Judith writes, "I have just learned that I passed the CAGO exam and am now a colleague of the American Guild of Organists. I have had excellent coaches, lessons, and mentoring here in the United States, and an outstanding teacher. But I also want to thank you for your assistance in answering my questions and in providing some excellent practice exercises and video explanations which reinforced my US training. I want to continue to improve my skills and will be participating in your courses and exercises and following your video demonstrations."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Usha, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and luckily that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Usha and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward.
Thank you so much, guys, for this wonderful feedback. We appreciate your notes. Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And to become a member of Total Organist and start supporting this blog, go to organduo.lt/total-organist.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.